back for the SHTF garden. Alright, so I got myself a compost tumbler. We're going to see what's in the box, put it together. Hopefully it only takes a Phillips head screwdriver. That's what I'm hoping, but I guess we'll see when I open it up. Now this 45-gallon compost tumbler was one I found on sale at Walmart. End of the year sales. So this one is what I was able to get. So keep a lookout for those end of the year sales, because way you can get some good stuff for next year's garden. So let's see what's in it. Now the Walmart I live closest to did not have this in it. I ended up finding it at a further Walmart, so it's not in every Walmart. Hopefully if it's something you're interested in, you can find it. Let's see. Let's see what we got. It's a little cool and windy today, so hopefully it doesn't mess with the audio too bad. Alright, let me get a chair here I'll use. Get some parts in. Maybe this cardboard will be one of the first things I compost with it. So we got for instructions. Alright, supposed to be 2 end caps, 2 middle bodies, 2 lids, some tube, alligator clip screws. Alright, assembly. Screws to connect alligators to the tube, middle bodies together. Alright. Take these out. Handle out. Screws out. Let's see what's in here. Probably a quick video so I'm sure I'll assemble this and then show what it looks like after the fact. Here's my end caps. So I'll need those. Here's the center body. I left this thing outside so you can see that. It looks like some roly-polies have made a home out of it already. Bag of screws. So, here we go. Let's get to some assembly. Some assembly required, right? Okay, here's what's going on so far. I got these agitators screwed in. This thing's a little bit of a hassle to put on. And it just has 4 screws on each side for the center body piece. Also, a volunteer radish growing over here. I hopefully haven't killed off, but when I cut the grass, I'm sure it'll be done at that point. But at least shows the seeds are viable. So now I got to put the ends on, set on the frame, and put the lids together. So there's not a whole lot of complexity to this thing. So time to get those side pieces on. I think this part here is probably the biggest hassle, I'm hoping. Other than the tediousness of having so many screws to go around the outside of the drum on both sides. But it shouldn't be difficult, just tedious, a lot of screws. And then I'll be back in a few minutes. Here it is completed. So, you got a lid on the top and bottom, which there's no real way to tell which one is which, so it's kind of universal. The only other thing I did outside the regular instructions is to put this piece on. I didn't put the whole leg set on, although I probably should have in retrospect, or at least made sure I've seen where all these little pop-outs went. Luckily, I ended up just so happened to put them on the right way by coincidence. So I got lucky on that. But I put this side on because this little bar could want to slip inside the tumbler. So now that's it. Now I can just fill it with grass and leaves and paper trash and junk mail that I put through a shredder, or even not. Shredder will make it break down faster, but it's got all winter, which where I'm at is probably about 6 months. Hopefully I'll get some good compost during that time, so it'll save me some money in the spring. Let's take a look at the inside. This seems to be a little bit of a hassle to take the lid off. Nice if it had some kind of handle or something right here. I'm going to set that down. So the inside is pretty good sized volume. We've got some air holes and stuff down there. Agitators are pointed down perpetually. And it swivels on that interior bar. But it spins real easy. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I've been putting stuff in a trash can with a bunch of holes drilled in it for compost, and that was an extremely slow process. And then when it get really heavy, it'd be hard to move around, so it just kind of, I'd shake it up at first, and as it got heavier, I basically just left it alone. So compost uses browns and greens, which is just to say browns are carbon and greens are nitrogen. So nitrogen usually comes from fresh stuff. That's why it's called greens. So like cut grass and things like that. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be looking for. Is I'm going to go get me a bag of leaves from some land. If they're all fallen yet, grass, you can tell I need to cut this grass. So I'm going to get some fresh grass clippings. I got some old grass clippings. I'm going to fill this thing up, wet it down to the consistency of a wet sponge. Give it a spin every now and again, at least once a week, and let it do its thing. Composting also produces a lot of heat, so I'm curious. I have a thing I did last year to cover my 10-foot bed and one of my 4-foot beds. A hoop house I made out of PVC. So when it gets colder and I put that up, I may stick this inside of that hoop house because it's going to be tall enough, and let my compost break down in there and see if it provides any heat, or for that little bit of a hoop house. It probably would be immeasurable, because it's just going to be this thing inside the hoop house. I don't think it's going to really do a whole lot, but it may be something to try, because there's no power going to that. Greenhouse has got a little electric heater in it, so we'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to fool with that little hoop, because I'm probably going to grow some stuff in that little mini greenhouse in some pots for lettuces and whatnot. Cabbage, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. I have to do some work on the greenhouse. But anyways, that's it for the compost tumbler. So I can't wait to get it filled with stuff and give it a spin. And like a Price is Right reference about now, but I can't think of one. I'm going to put the little dollar symbol and all the different things on it, and a little Bob Barker going on. Alright, well, the wind's picking up, and so I don't want that to mess up the audio too bad. Got this on sale at Walmart, end of the season sale. Normally $100, picked it up for $50 at half off. So as far as the hassle of putting this thing together, a bunch of tiny screws all on the outside. I did end up putting the first side on wrong. I noticed my mistake when I was putting together the other side, so I ended up having to take it all off and redo it the right way. I guess I could have left it because I had enough screws to hold it together, but I wanted it done right without any bonus screws, and so there they are. They're everywhere. But it's going to hold a lot of weight in compost, so I wanted to make sure it was done right. I wanted to have this thing done once and hopefully get several years of service out of it, because I spend a lot of money on compost every year refreshing these garden beds, and to be honest, my garden beds never were 100% full from the beginning, except for some of them. Like the big giant bed was not. Some of the other beds have been a little skimp on compost. I never seem to have enough of it. Hopefully this will help solve some of that problem, or at least make it cheaper, so I can continue to get compost throughout the year, topping beds off, and during the winter time to get some compost free and ready for spring, which will be quite a while from now, but it's never too early to start planning. Making sure you're picking up stuff into the season sale. I was at Lowe's the other day. I asked them about when their bushes, trees, and anything else they have in inventory like that, that's plants, that are edible plants anyways, when that's going to come on sale. They said the weather's been nice, so they haven't put it on sale yet. So basically Lowe's, at least one local guy, was telling me that they're waiting to put their stuff on sale when the weather turns bad. So when the weather turns bad in your area, and you have a Lowe's or a Home Depot or any big box store like that, go check out, see if they have any trees, see if they have any seed packets left, see if they have anything like that, maybe a compost tumbler like this or some other brand, and see if you can pick up any of that stuff now, because in a few months, when they're putting it back on the shelf, it'll be back at full price. Like this, you know, I'm ahead of the game, so I can be making compost, whatever. Or if I could get blueberry bushes, which I have a couple of those already, but for argument's sake, blackberries, apple tree, whatever, on sale now, that will survive the winter, then I could have that for my future garden. Alright, anyways, don't want to make this too terribly long, because you know how I get kind of long-winded. But if you like this stuff, you want to find out what kind of compost I can get out of this, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, find out when new videos are dropping. I need some encouragement, get more of those. I'm looking forward. I've got over 500 subscribers now, which is awesome. Never thought that would happen. And so, also have a couple other things for the people who like the electronic side better. I'm reviewing another emergency light setup I've got, and I'll spread the word, because you know, in these trying times, regardless of what your politics are, regardless of what your station in life is and whatever you're doing, we all need to eat. We all are suffering from supply chain problems, and we all can do a little bit to help alleviate that ourselves. So I got to cut my grass because I don't know if you can see it. There's corn from where I had the corn patch in Amaranth coming up from seeds that dropped on the ground as volunteers. So I would love to be able to let them grow, but it's getting cold. I got a jacket on, so frost will be here soon enough. So anyways, that's it. Have a good day.